विनायक नमस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदक प्रिय निर्विघ्नं कुरु नो देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारंभं करिष्यामः सिद्धिर्भवतु नो सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपं आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचर विनाशकरं नमामि। श्री रघुराम चारु तुलसीदलधाम शमक्षमादिशृंगार गुणाभिराम त्रिजगन्नुत शौर्य रमाललाम दुर्वारुकबंध राक्षस विराम जगज्जनकल्मषार्णवोत्तारक नाम भद्रगिरिदाशरथी करुणापयोनिधि आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीय विग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। अद्यतन पंचांगम मार्च 5th प्लवनाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे शिशिरतौ फाल्गुण मासे शुक्ल पक्षे तृतीया तिथि till 10:05 AM followed by चतुर्थी स्थिरवासरः रेवती नक्षत्रम till 3:59 PM followed by अश्विनी नक्षत्रम शुक्ल योगः till 2:06 PM followed by ब्रह्म योगः Garakaranam always coinciding with the first tithi, first karanam coinciding with the first tithi. Garakaranam till 10:05 followed by Vanik Karanam till 10:18 PM followed by Vishti Karanam. Sarvebhyah Suprabhatam. So I think the context is anyway set, context or recap with the discussion that Arunji brought up. So 61st Sarga, we saw that Ambarisha went to finally find the horse or a person in replacement for it. And he met with Ruchika Maharshi's family and that they had 3 sons. Ruchika said he cannot give the eldest one. And his wife said, oh, if he says that, then I cannot give my youngest one. Then Shunashepaha volunteered himself saying, oh, if both of them don't want the elder and eldest one, I'm the left out. Okay, I'll go with you. And so that's how Satvaraha Rathamaropya Ambarishaha Nitavan. That's where we concluded. Atha Dvishashtitamas Sargaha Shunashepam Narasreshtha
सुनश्चेपं नरश्रेष्ठ
गृहीत्वा तु महायशाः व्यश्रामयत् पुष्करे राजा
व्यश्राम्यत् पुष्करे राजा
मध्याह्ने रघुनंदन. So as he took Shunashepa with him, Shunashepam, O Narasreshtha. So Satananda is continuing the story telling Rama. So Narasreshtha, Mahayashaha, Ambarishaha, Shunashepam Grihitva, meaning after taking Shunashepa, Grihitva, and he started going back, returning back. Pushkare, in the Pushkara region, Madhyane, afternoon, Raja vyashramyat, shramayati, ashramyat. Vi upasarga, so vi ashramyat, vyashramyat. So we have vyashramyat, which means he took some nap, rest. He took a nap in the afternoon in the Pushkara region. And as soon as we hear Pushkara, what do we remember now in the recent sargas? What is going on near Pushkara? Nobody remembers?
Tungabhadra.
No. Tungabhadra, no, but Pushkara Kshetre, there is another activity going on in the previous two sargas before that we read.
Sorry.
Oh, no, that activity is that Trishanku was there halfway through, and Vishwamitra was doing some tapas.
So from the south side,
he chose south side, yeah.
From south side, he declared, oh, now this we have got a very big Mahan Vignaha Jataha, he says, right? Oh, big interruption, a big unnecessary digression. We got lost into helping this Trishanku, and our main purpose of the tapas yajna that we were doing, in order to get that Brahmatva, Brahmarshi Padam, in order to obtain that post or that certificate, that level of certification, he got a digression. So he said, hey, forget this and we'll go Paschimayam Dishi, Pushkare Kshetre. So they all came to Pushkara Kshetram on the west side, and that's where they started their tapas. So that was the context we should remember. As soon as we now, Ambarisha also, while returning, he came somehow to Pushkara area. There he took rest. So that means now something is going to happen again to Vishwamitra. That is what we have to observe. Keep in mind, because in the previous sarga, in Pushkara Kshetra, Vishwamitra started his tapas along with his sons and Sishyas. So in that Pushkara, Madhyane, middle of the day, we typically say afternoon, but middle of the day, Madhyana. Purvanam, Madhyanam, Aparannam. So Ahna, day, has three sections. That's how we see. So up Madhyane, just about noon, between noon and 2 o'clock at the most, is the Madhyanam. So Madhyane Vyashram Yat. So he took rest there. Somehow he got tired. Tasya Vishramanasya Sunashepo Mahayashaha Pushkara Kshetramagamya Vishwamitram Dadarshaha Tapyantam Rishibhis Sardham Matulam Paramaturaha. So, while in that Pushkara area, I mean, somewhere outskirts or somewhere in the suburb area is where Ambarisha stopped and was taking rest, afternoon nap. Tasya Vishramamanasya, while Vishwamitra was taking, while Ambarisha was taking that rest, Tasya Vishramamanasya Mahayashaha Shunashepaha, while he was taking rest, Shunashepa Pushkara Kshetram Agamya Vishwamitram Dadarshaha. So he somehow thought, okay, Raja is taking rest, he's an elderly person, but he's a young guy. So he thought, okay, let me just roam around and see what is going on here. So he goes around, comes into Pushkara Kshetram, the actual Kshetra area, the center area, where Vishwamitra and all are doing their tapas. So he comes there and sees, there's a big ashrama here with lot of tents and all, lot of activities going on. So he recognizes that and he walks in. Pushkara Kshetram Agamya Dadarsha. Dadarsha means Darshanam Kritavan. Means he saw Vishwamitra. He met with Vishwamitra. What kind of Vishwamitra? Rishibhihi sardham tapyantam. Sardham, saha, sakam. These are the three avyas used along with the tritiya vibhakti to say along with them. Along with rishis. Rishibhis sardham, along with rishis. Tapyantam. Along with them, what is he doing? He's doing tapas. One who's doing tapas is tapyan asti. Tam, tapyantam. Rishibhis sardham tapyantam. Vishwamitram. Matulam. So by relationship also, Vishwamitra is Matula for Sunashepa. So that means he is a brother by far distant relation, his brother for Richika's Patni or Sunashepa's mother. So he becomes Matula. Matula is Mama. Mother's brother is Matulaha. Tula, Matulaha, equivalent to mother. So much love he gives, so he is called Matulaha. So Matulam, Paramaturaha Dadarsha. So this Sunashepa was Parama Aturaha, very eager, very anxious. Oh my God, what should I do now? What will Ambarisha do? Of course, my parents gave me away. What will happen? And then he is also seeing all this. And luckily he saw Vishwamitra. So he was very, very curious, eager, anxious to meet with his Matula Vishwamitra. Vivarnavadano dinaha.
Vivarnavadano dinaha.
Trishnaya cha shramena cha.
Trishnaya cha shramena cha.
Papatanke munerashu.
Papatanke munerashu.
Vakyam chedam uvachaha.
Vakyam chedam uvacha.
So as soon as he saw Vivarnavadanaha, Varnam, color. Vivarnavadanaha, colorless. Colorless means one whose face is glowless, means very dull, very unhappy, or somebody who is not bright, meaning one who is unhappy. So Vivarna Vadanaha, one whose face is colorless, with a colorless face, which means
Pale face.
Huh?
Pale face. Pale face.
Pale face. Pale face. Vivarna Vadanaha. Dinaha, very pitiful. Trishnayacha Shramenacha. Why was he Vivarna Vadanaha? Because Trishnaya, because out of this anxiety that he has with that, oh, this Raja is taking me away, how to protect myself, what to do. So, right, that is Trishna. Trishnayacha Shramenacha. Of course, he was also tired because he came in that same single Ratha with that Raja. Long journey they did. And that's why, in fact, even Ambarisha is also resting. But this fellow is anxious, so he was not resting. So, Shramena Trishnaya cha Vivarna Vadanaha Dinaha Munehe Anke Ashu Munehe Anke Papata. Ankam is lap. So, Munehe Anke means he fell, Munehe Anke, in the Vishwamitra Muni's laps. Papata. Patitavan, Papata, past tense. He fell into the laps of Vishwamitra. As soon as he saw his Matula and Tapyantam, Rishivisardham Tapyantam, Matulam, Dadarsha, Munehe Anke Papata. He fell on it, which means he fell on his feet in a way. I mean, not that he will go and jump in his lap, right, while he is doing tapas. What it literally means, what it means figuratively is that he went and, did pranams. He fell at his feet of his Vishwamitra. And Vakyam cha idam uvacha. And he also said this line to Vishwamitra. Name asti mata na pita.
Name asti mata na pita.
Jnatayo bandhavah kutah.
ज्ञातयो बान्धवाः कुतः
त्रातुमर्हसि मां सौम्य
त्रातुमर्हसि मां सौम्य
धर्मेण मुनिपुंगव.
धर्मेण मुनिपुङ्गव.
So that is the first prayer he made to Vishwamitra. Name asti mata na pita. In all our other shlokas we say tvameva mata pita cha tvameva. But here he is saying na mata asti na pita asti. Me means mama. There is no father nor mother for me. Jnatayaha bandhavaha kutaha. Where are cousins and other relatives? Bandhavaha jnatayaha kutaha. Atah, so tratum arhasi. Tratum, trahi, protect. You will be tratum arhasi saumya. Oh saumya, oh composed one, or soft one. You can protect me. Because now I don't have father, no mother. Somebody has to protect. I need a natha. Otherwise I'll become anatha. And what does natha do? Natha will do protection. So, tratum arhasi. You will be able to, you can protect me. Dharmena. By dharma. Because you are my matula. You were a Raja. Now you are a Vishwamitra. Now you are a Muni, Rajarshi. So you can protect me. Dharmena Munipungava, O best bull of Munis. Pungava, Pumangava, Vrishabha, strong male cow. So that's Pungava, Purusha Pungava. That's our very often used simile, and praising also. For somebody excellent, we say Pungava, the best. For two reasons. One, that represents Dharma, that's Nandi, because that represents Dharma on 4 legs. And also the best animal for us. So we always take it. Narashardula, Munipungava, Pungava. These are various similes that we use for praises. Trata tvam hi munisreshta.
Trata tvam hi munisreshta.
Sarvesham tvam hi bhavanaha.
Sarvesham tvam hi bhavanaha.
So he continued his prayer saying, Tvam hi sarve, tvam hi trata. Yeah, one who protects is trata. So these forms of Sanskritam, if we have observed, you will know. Karta, karoti, kartum yahasti, kartum udyate. So likewise, trata, trayate, tratum. So one who protects is trata. Trata, tvam hi munisreshta. You are, O munisreshta, you are my protector. Sarvesham tvam hi bhavanaha. You are inside, or you are the manifestation. How should I say bhavanaha here? Bhavanaha, bhavaha, apatkale sarva smriti vishayi bhutah tvamasi. So sarvesham bhavanaha. The meaning given here is apatkale sarva smriti vishayi bhutas tvam asi, which means in times of tough times, you are the one who is first remembered by anyone for protection. That is the meaning of sarvesham tvam hi bhavanaha. So sarvesham bhavana, you are remembered for in any tough times by anyone, by all of us. That is sarvesham hi tvam bhavanaha. Raja chakrita karya syat.
Raja chakrita karya syat.
Aham dirghayuravyayah.
Aham dirghayuravyayah.
Svargalokam upashniyam.
Svargaloka upashniyam.
Tapastapva hyanuttamam.
tapastatva yuruttamam.
So he's continuing. Raja cha, so why should you protect me? Now he's telling the story what happened. Raja cha kritakaryaha syat. That Raja Ambarisha is now successful. He wanted the best person to replace his Yajnapashu for Bali, and he found me. So he is successful. One who is successful is kritakrityaha, kritakaryaha. Kritakaryaha syat. He is of course successful. Aham dirghayuhu avyayaha. How can I become, how can I live be long living? Dirghayuhu avyayaha. Indisposable. Avyaya is spendable in a way, but in a more equivalent English is not disposable, dispensable, undispensable. Meaning that I don't be taken for granted and ridden off. Why? Swargalokam upashniyam tapaha taptva anuttamam tapaha taptva dirghayuhu avyayaha syat. So this Sambarisha is trying for Swargaloka, and for that, in order to ashni is eat. Ashniyam. In order to eat means in order to enjoy. In order to enjoy the fruits of that Swargaloka, anuttamam tapaha taptva, by performing very intense tapas, dirghayuhu avyayaha kritakaryaha syat Raja. So by doing the tapas, this Raja is of course successful. And in what? In getting the dirghayu and becoming avyayaha. Tvamme natho hyanathasya.
Tvamme natho hyanathasya.
Bhava bhavyena chetasa.
Bhava bhavyena chetasa.
Piteva putram dharmatmam.
Piteva putram dharmatmam.
Tratumarhasi kilbishat.
Tratumarhasi kilbishat.
So he's continuing. Tvam me natha bhava. Me mama anathasya tvam hi natha bhava. So before he said you are my protector. Now he's saying you become my natha, you become my lord. If you become my lord, then you will automatically protect me. So that's the prayer he is making. So tvam me anathasya natho hi bhava. Bhavyena chetasa. Bhavyena chetasa. With that chetas, with that intent with the great intent of protecting me, you become my Lord. I am surrendering myself to you. Pita iva putram dharmatmam. Just as a father would protect a dharmatma putra from kilbishat. Kilbisham is, in this case it says papa vishesha janita vipattehe. So, okay, but that normally klaibyam kilbisham means any fearful situation or kilbisham is klaibyam nasmagamah partha, he says, right? That klaibya, kilbisha, these are all related with the fear that comes out of impotency or uncapable. When you are uncapable, then this kilbisha feelings start coming. But here especially, papa visesha janita vipattihi, from a situation which has arisen out of some sin that was, or some violation that was performed. The violation here is multifold. One is very parents' violation of giving away the son. Two, he running away from Ambarisha. He himself volunteered, saying, okay, now I'm the only one left, you take me. But now he ran away from Ambarisha, seeking protection of Vishwamitra. So that's another violation of the word that he gave. So all these together, the situation is a kilbisha. So from this kilbishat, yatha dharmatmam putram pita trayate, tatha bhavyena chetasa tvam hi anathasya me anathasya tratum arhasi. That is the Anvaya Vakyam there. So just as a father would try to protect his son, a good son, due to some, problematic situation, for whatever reasons, so also you become my Lord and protect me from this tough situation that I am in. Tasya tadvachanam shrutva Vishwamitro Mahatapaha Santayitva Bahuvidham Putran idam uvachaha. So tasya tadvachanam shrutva, by listening to this prayer of Shunashepaha to Vishwamitra, Mahatapaha Vishwamitraha tasya tadvachanam shrutva, by listening to it, Bahuvidham Santayitva, by Santayitva, which means by condoling, by consoling this Shunashepa, saying, don't worry, wait, no problem, nothing will happen. I'm here. You sought my shelter. You sought my protection. I will not let you down with such consolence, with such assurances. So that is called Santanam. Santayitva Bahuvidham, in several ways. Putran idam uvacha. He said this to his sons. Yatkrute pitarah putran.
Yatkrute pitarah putran.
Janayanti shubharthinaha.
Janayanti subhardinaha.
Paraloka hitarthaya.
Paraloka hitarthaya.
Tasya kaloya magataha.
Tasya kaloya magataha.
So beautiful dharma statement he is telling, Vishwamitra is telling to his sons. He called them and he is telling this. What did he say? Yat krite pitaraha putran janayanti. The very purpose for which parents give birth to children. Putran, the two shubharthinaha pitaraha. One who seek welfare, one who seek auspicious future, one who seek bright future. Shubha arthinaha. Shubha arthi is shubharthi. Dhanarthi, artharthi. Right? So likewise, shubha arthi. Bahuvachanam shubharthinaha. Shubharthinaha pitaraha yatkrite putran janayanti. For which purpose or for which reason good parents give birth to children. So that means we should also know, for that reason only we should give birth to children. And what is that purpose? Paraloka hitarthaya. Children are given birth so that parents' afterlife is, safe and happy. So paraloka hitaha. Paraloka hitartham. Tadartham paraloka hitarthaya. For that paraloka hitam, for which sake parents give rise to children, ayam kalaha agataha. So he's, by putting this dharma sukti to his sons, he's in a way obliging them. Now they can't even think of any other, they cannot even think of raising any resistance or objection to it. So ayam kalam agataha. The very reason for which I have given birth to you, sons, you got your time to, to deliver, to deliver that task, so that You are fulfilled. Your purpose is fulfilled. You are born because you should keep your parents happy. Paraloka hitarthaya yat krite shubharthinaha pitaraha putran janayanti tasya ayam kalaha agataha. Why? What is that? Ayam munisuto balaha.
Ayam munisuto balaha.
Matta sharanamichhati.
Matta sharanamichhati.
Asya jivitamatrena.
Asya jivitamatrena.
Priyam kuruta putrakaha.
Priyam kuruta putrakaha.
So he's telling his sons now. So what can you do now? You are so, because I gave word to this Shunashepa, but I have to continue my tapas. So in order to fulfill my word, if I fulfill my word, then Paraloka Hitam is kept. My Paraloka Hitam is kept. And you are born to keep my Paraloka Hitam. So what should you do now? Ayam munisutaha balaha mattaha sharanam ichchati. Mattaha, from me. From me he is seeking protection. From me he is seeking refuge. This Munisuta, the son of that Muni Ruchika, and Balaha, young fellow, he is seeking my protection. Asya jivita matrena, just jivana pradana matrena, by giving him back his life. Because now he is being taken away as a Yajnapashu, or in place of Yajnapashu for Bali by Raja Ambarisha. So this fellow is now scared. Now what should you do? Putrakaha asya jivita matrena priyam kuruta. Jivita matrena means jivana pradana matrena. Jivitam is so beautiful Sanskrit words. We should know these pratyas. So jivanam is living. Jivitam is life. So jivita matrena means when will you get, by giving that life. Jivitam is life, jivanam is living. So jivana pradhanam, by giving back his living, ability to live, the time to live, opportunity to live, then he can start living it. And how do you give it back? By giving him the life. So jivita matrena putrakaha priyam kuruta. You please me, or you please him, of course, either ways, by giving back life to him. Whereas now he's being taken away as Yajnapashu. Sarve sukruta karmanaha.
Sarve sukruta karmanaha.
Sarve dharma parayanaha.
Sarve dharma parayanaha.
Parayanaha. Pashubhuta narendrasya.
Pashubhuta narendrasya.
Trupti magne prayachata.
Trupti magne prayachata.
So he's continuing to say, Sarve sukruta karmanaha. All of you, sukrutani, susadhitani karmani yaihi te. Atayeva sarve dharma parayanaha. So he's saying you are all sukruta karmanaha. You all have been doing good jobs, good works so far. Sarve dharma parayanaha. All of you are also followers of dharma. All of you are ones for whom dharma is ultimate. Parayanam. Ayanam is path. Para ayanam, the end of destiny of the path is dharma. So my path shall be leading to dharma, then it is dharma parayanam. One who is in such path is dharma parayanaha. So sarve dharma parayanaha. Pashubhuta narendrasya truptim agnehe prayachata. So narendrasya, that Rajarshi, narendrasya pashubhutaha. Pashubhuta agnehe pashubhuta prayachata. So you go and so he will be offered finally to Agni as the Havis or whatever. So you guys go and please that Agni Devata. please or request, protect, do whatever it takes so that Agni is satisfied by protecting this fellow, Shunashepa. Even though he is Pashubhuta. Pashubhuta, in the form of Pashu, he will be offered to Agni. So Agnehe truptim prayachata. You guys go and satisfy Agni through any other alternative means, but protect this fellow, this Shunashepa child, Munisuta. Natha vamshascha Shunashepo.
Natha vamshascha Shunashepo.
Yajnascha vignito bhavet.
Yajnascha vignito bhavet.
Devatas tarpitascha syuhu.
Devatas tarpitascha syuhu.
Devataha tarpitascha syuhu. Devatas tarpitascha syuhu.
Devatas tarpitascha syuhu.
Mama chapi kritam vachaha.
Mama chapi kritam vachaha.
So there is one yajna going on there of Ambarisha. There is one, my own tapas is also going. So yajnascha avighnitaha bhavet. Vighnam praptam vighnitam. Pathati, he reads. Pathitaha. If it is read by him, then that becomes patitaha. Patitam. So likewise, vighnam, if there is a vighnam, then that becomes vighnitam. So yajnaha cha avighnitaha bhavet. That a yajna, any yajna that is taken up should never be interrupted or should never be disturbed. So yajnascha avighnitaha bhavet. Natha vamshascha Shunashepaha. Natha vamshaha Nathavan bhavet. Natha vamshaha means one who has a protector. May he belong to a line, a lineage which has a lord. Natha vamshaha. Raja vamshaha. One who is in the Raja lineage is Raja vamshaha. So likewise, Natha vamshaha. One who has a lord, which means one who has a father, ancestor, protector. So that means I am his Natha now, which means he should be protected. But at the same time, that yajna also should not be interrupted or disturbed. Why will it be disturbed? Because Devataha, they are all invited already, Ahutaha. All the Devatas are already Ahvanam Kratam. So all Devas will attend the yajna. They should not go back unsatisfied. So Devataha tarpitascha syuhu. Make sure that the yajna is undisturbed, such that all Devatas are also not unsatisfied. Devataha tarpitaha. Triptim praptaha tarpitaha. So Devataha tarpitaha syuhu. Mama chapi kritam vachaha. I also gave a word. So mama vachaha api triptam bhavatu. Purnam bhavatu. So may whatever promise I made, fulfill that. Do whatever it takes to please the gods, all the gods, and especially Agni, because Agni is the Purohita anyway, so that Shunashepa is somehow protected, but all of them are not dissatisfied, unsatisfied, so that yajna is not incomplete or undisturbed.
Sandhi kaha asti na atha avamshahasya
No, natha.
Anatha. No, anath. Nath. No, anath.
No.
Atha avamshaha.
No, natha. Natha is natha. Yasya natha asti tasya natha vamshaha bhavati. Saha natha vamshaha bhavati. Rajavamshaha eva udaharanam tatra. One who belongs to that vamsha of rajas is Rajavamsha. One who belongs to a lineage which has a natha is natha vamsha.
Okay.
Munestu vachanam shrutva.
Munestu vachanam shrutva.
Madhushyandadayas sutaha.
Madhushyandadayas sutaha.
Sabhimanam narasreshtha.
साभिमानं नरश्रेष्ठ
सलीलमिदमब्रुवन्.
सलीलमिदमब्रुवन्.
So Munehe tadvachanam shrutva, by listening to the orders of Vishwamitra, the father Vishwamitra, Madhushyandadayah sutaha, Madhushyandah, etc. Those 4 sons that were there, Madhushyanda and the other 3 sons, Sabhimanam, meaning Abhimana Sahitam, means along with pride. Wow, okay, you put your trust in us, so we will fulfill it. So that is Sabhimanam. Sabhimanam, Salilam, very with Salila. Salila is Leela Sahitam, but which in this context, if we say
Linata.
Huh?
Linata.
What is it?
Humble.
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 No, Leela is in a very strategic way or planned way. Leela.
Okay.
Right. So that finally, okay, with pride we are with pride, and in a planned manner, they replied back. Idam abruvan. They all replied back this. Katham atma sutan hitva.
Katham atma hitva.
Trayase anyasutam vibho.
Trayase anyasutam vibho.
Akaryamiva pashyamaha.
Akaryamiva pashyamaha.
Swamamsamiva bhojane.
Swamamsamiva bhojane.
Right. So Vishwamitra started by putting a dharma vakya to them. Now don't think of resisting me. And so for that he said, Yat krite shubharthinaha pitaraha putran janayanti tat kalam ayam agataha. He said that. So he knew that his sons will not be very happy with whatever he is instructing. So Katham atma sutan hitva. So now what he is saying, you go and do tripti of Agni and Devatas. Make sure the yajna doesn't fulfill and yajna doesn't get disturbed. For that, I mean, just imagine, as an ordinary guy, as an ordinary person, normal guys, persons like us, let us say if there is somebody has taken, okay, so let's take this kidnapping. Okay, terrorists have kidnapped a flight. Or they have taken, in another case, they have taken somebody as a hostage. Now, and they are demanding some release of somebody else. And so now the Prime Minister or whoever is here on this side, he picks the best and he says, you go handle this case successfully and come back. This fellow, normally he should take it very proudly and he should go. But let us say in this case, what is happening? He's saying, they are already terrorists. They don't want to release anyone. And you are asking me to go and release them? How can I? What if I get killed? Is that fear essentially that is being expressed here by the sons? Katham atma sutan hitva. How? By giving away atma sutaha, by giving away your own sons, anya sutam trayase vibho. How can you protect somebody else's son just because you gave a word to him? By giving away your own sons. Akaryam iva pashyamaha. I think we are seeing this as not a right job. This is not a right task. Akaryam. Karyam, akaryam. Akaryam iva pashyamaha. We see this as not right. We don't see this. It doesn't seem right. Shvamamsam iva bhojane. All these are rishis. In bhojanam, if you get shvamamsam, Shvamamsam is dog meat. What? This is like offering dog meat in a meal to all such pious people. Whatever effect, whatever feeling that those eating, for whom if somebody offers dog meat, whatever that that indignant feeling that they get, we are in such a feeling that you are letting us go. You're protecting him by letting us go. Katham Atmasutan hitva
Bhogaji,
Sutan prayase vibho.
for that previous shloka, Salilam, I think animatedly was probably a better translation.
Animated. Correct.
I mean, they were kind of, looking at this shloka, it looks like they were not very pleased or anything, but very excitedly and animated. Yeah.
Correct. So Sabhimanam, by trying to by trying to defend themselves in a animated English animated manner. Yeah. How can you be letting us go like this? How can you be so, insensible or insensitive like that? Tesham tadvachanam shrutva
Tesham tadvachanam shrutva
putranam munipungavah
putranamunipungavah
krodha samrakta nayano
krodha samryakto nayano
vyahartumupachakrame.
vyahartumupachakrame.
So tesham tadvachanam. So what? I first of all gave you a binding by saying yat krite shubharthinaha pitaraha patran janayanti ayam kalam agataha. I've already tied your legs and hands with the dharma sukti. In spite of that, you are calling this as incorrect, nonsense. So tesham tadvachanam shrutva putranam tadvachanam shrutva munipungavah, the best of that muni is Vishwamitra, krodha samraktanayanaha, with anger, blood-filled red eyes, samraktanayanaha, vyahartum upachakrame. He started to elaborate this. Vyahartum is vyavaharam kartum. He started to transact this way. That's the literal meaning. But essentially what it means is he started replying this. Nissadhvasam idam proktam.
Nissadhvasam idam proktam.
Dharmadapi vigarhitam.
Dharmadapi vigarhitam.
Atikramyatu madvakyam.
Atikramyatu madvakyam.
Darunam romaharshanam.
Darunam romaharshanam.
So he's saying, what your response seems to be like all these adjectives now. How is it? Nissadhvasam. Nissadhvasam is pitrubhiti rahitam. Sadhu, essentially the root word is sadhu there. Sadhu vishayaha sadhvasam. Nissadhvasam. Good people, not good people. I mean, your reaction is seeming not to be not that of good people. Nissadhvasam, which is essentially the figurative meaning here is pitrubhiti rahitam. You don't seem to have any pitrubhiti. Literal meaning is fear of father, but not fear, but respect for father. It seems like you don't have respect for the father. That is nissadhvasam. Idam proktam. You guys have said that which is seeming like you don't have respect. Your response is disrespectful of father. Proktam dharmat api vigarhitam. Even though I started with dharma vakya, dharmat api vigarhitam. It is seeming like trespassing the dharma, insulting dharma. Vigarhitam. Atikramyatu tu madvakyam, by violating or by dishonoring by unhonoring my instruction, and atikramyatu madvakyam darunam roma harshanam. I mean, it is seeming very horrible. And roma harshanam, my roma harshanam is goosebumps. Goosebumps is English one for only positive way. But, you know, hairs can stand up for any reason, out of fear, out of happiness, out of excitement, or out of anger also. So that means skin also reacts essentially. Body reacts, responds, not reacts, responds for all feelings. So Roma Harshanam in this case is Darunam Roma Harshanam. Very horrible, you know, with horrible feelings, the hairs are standing out. Swamamsha bhojina sarve
Swamamsha bhojana sarve
Vasishtha iva jatishu
Vasishtha iva jatishu
Purnam varsha sahasram tu
Purnam varsha sahasram tu
Pruthivyam anuvatsatha
Prithivya anuvatsyatha
Anuvatsyatha.
Anuvatsyatha.
Hello.
So he is now in a way giving shapa. What is he saying? Swamamsa bhojinaha.
Yeah, somebody should put the mute on himself. It's a lot of background noise.
Somebody mute. Who is that?
I don't know.
Okay. So Swamamsa bhojinaha sarve Vasishta iva jatishu. So his very drive right now is jealousy, envy against Vasishtha. Right? That is what is driving him. How did he win just with one Brahmadanda? All the astras that I got from Shiva, Brahma, etc. How did I lose with him? He realized Dhik Kshatra Balam, Brahma Balam Balam. He realized that, oh, Brahma Balam is the ultimate thing. So for that sake only, he is now fighting. And he saw how good Vasishtha's sons are. So in a way now he is feeling indignant. So Vasishthaha iva jatishu. Vasishtha's sons are Vasishthaha. Jatishu, by birth. And just as Vasishthaha iva jatishu sarve swamamsa bhojinaha bhavan vatsyatha. Vatsyatha is Madhyama Purusha Lot Lakara Bahuvachanam, which means an ordering in the middle person form, which means it's an order. He's saying all of you live. Anuvatsyatha. Live, all of you live. How? Swamamsa bhojinaha. First of all, eating dog meat. That means you will not be civilized anymore. Sarve Vasishtaha iva jatishu. Because he has already cursed Vasishtaha, if you remember, just before Trishanku's time. He has already cursed all the Vasishta's sons. In spite of sending all rishis to come join me for this yajna, Vasishtas didn't come. Let them all become Swamamsa bhojinaha. Right? He has already cursed them. So like them, you also become Swamamsa bhojinaha. And Purnam Varsha Sahasram. How long? Complete 1000 years. Pruthivyam, on this earth, you guys live in an uncivilized manner. Why? Only because you have resisted or you have revolted against my instructions. We will talk towards the end anyway. But I mean, 8:20. Okay. I think one, because initially also Atulji brought that, and I don't know if any one of you are also getting such feelings. Don't take the story literally. First point. Second point, the conditions of those times is far different from the conditions of our times. the way we live, the discipline, the anushtanam, all the yoga shakti that we have, all of this is much, I mean, not much, I mean, is a minuscule, fractional of those people, their living, their toughness and all. And so the speech style, the anger, let me not call anger, the reactions of those times are different from these times. So don't think, oh, will I ever curse my child like this? Don't think like that. The point here is dharmat api vigarhitam. So it doesn't matter whether your son or not. He cursing because you have violated dharma in a way. So just think from that point of view. Krutva shapa samayuktan.
Krutva shapa samayuktan.
Putran munivaras tatha.
Putran munivaras tatha.
Shunashepam uvachartam.
Shunashepam uvachartam.
Krutva raksham niramayam.
Krutva raksham niramayam.
So, putran shapa samayuktan krutva munivaraha tatha, by making all his sons cursed. Now, shunashepam artam shunashepam uvacha. He said this to Shunashepa, who is Arti. So Artaha, one who is with Arti is Artaha, Artam, unto that Shunashepa, who is a seeker of shelter, who is a seeker of protection now. To him, Uvacha, he replied back by saying, Raksham niramayam kritva. He gave him the Raksha. And he said, you are protected, you are secure. Don't worry, I will take care. Even if my sons don't, I will take care. So Raksham niramayam kritva uvacha. What did he say? Pavitra pashairasakto.
Pavitra pashairasakto.
Rakta malyanulепanaha.
Rakta malyanulепanaha.
Vaishnavam yupamasadya.
Vaishnavam yupamasadya.
Vagbhiragnimudahara.
Vagniragnirmudahara.
So he is saying, Pavitra Pashaihi Asaktaha. So he's saying, all right, you go as a Yajnapashu, don't worry, I will take care that you are still protected. So as a Yajnapashu, what should be done? That Tantra is being explained here in a way. Saying, so what is it first? Pavitra Pashaihi Asaktaha. You get, so he'll be tied by Pavitra. Pavitra is
auspicious.
Normally,
auspicious.
Normally Pavitra means auspicious, but Pavitraha in Yajna Kriya is Darbhaha. There are certain Darbha, certain grass, long grass grains, long grass leaves or whatever, ferns. They are called Darbhaha. Darbhasanam, they say, right? An asanam made with that. Darbha is always called Pavitra. So Pavitram, when we do Yajna, Vaidika Kriyas also, we tie that Pavitra to our ring finger here, saying, okay, now we are Pavitram, we become auspicious with that Darbha. So Pavitra Pashaihi, Pasham is rope. With the rope of the Pavitras, they tie him, Asaktaha, Rakta Malyanulepanaha. So with lot of paintings, painting as in not painting, but application, with applying all red powder, paste, vermilion, kumkuma or kunkuma lepanam. Rakta malyanu lepanam. Unfortunately, in Tantra world, they put all this blood meaning and all here, but it is not blood. Let's say it as kunkam. Kunkuma lepanam. Rakta malyanu lepanaha. Vaishnavam yupam. So in the Yajna, there will be several yupas. Yupa is stambha, where you tie each offering to each god. So Vaishnavam Yupam Asadya, go near to that Vaishnava Yupa with Pavitras tied around you. Vagbhihi Agnim Udahara. He's saying Udahara here is Stuhi. Stuhi means Stutim Karotu. You do Stuti of Agni. Agni Stotram Karotu. Go fearless, stand at that Vishnu Yupa Stambha with all this Kunkuma Lepanam or Raktala Malya Anulepanam and Rakta Malya Anulepanam. So with red flowers and red, color applied on your body. Vagbhihi Agnim Udahara, with start, chanting Agni Stotras so that Agni Devata is pleased. That is what he's telling him. Ime tu gathe dve divye.
Ime tu gathe dve divye.
Gayetha Muniputraka.
Gayetha Muniputraka.
Ambarishasya yajnesmin.
Ambarishasya yajnesmin.
Tatah siddhim avapsyasi.
Tatah siddhim avapsyasi.
So he's saying, so after praising Agni, after doing Agni Stotram, then Ime dve gathe, dve divye gathe, gayetha. I'm giving you two, literal meaning is gatha is two stories. May you sing them, may you narrate them. What are the dve divye gathe, Muniputraka gayetha? May you sing these two. Where Ambarishasya Yajnesmin, in the Yajna of Ambarisha, where you are tied to that Vishnu Vaishnava Yupa, there sing these two. Siddhim avapsyasi, you will get the fruit. That means you will be protected. Gatha Dvayam. Gatha Dvaya Ganat Asmin. What are they? We will see next. Shunashepo Gruhitvate.
Sunasyepo Gruhitvate.
Dve Gathe Susamahitaha.
Dve Gathe Susamahitaha.
Tvaraya Rajasimham Tam.
Tvaraya Rajasimham Tam.
Ambarisham Uvachaha.
Ambarisham Uvachaha.
Just seeing what are those two Gathe. Not listed even here. But one other bhashan that is told here for Gatha is, of course, Gatha literally means story, but here it is said as two mantras. So he
వారంలో చెప్పడానికి చాలా ఈ శ్లోకాలన్నిటికీ వాటికి వేరే తాత్పర్యం.
Mute. So Gatha here is the Bhashyam says mantras. So he gave two mantras. He gave Upadesha of two mantras. Vishwamitra gave these two mantras to Shunashepa, saying, you keep doing these, chanting these two mantras, you will be Siddhim Avapsyasi. You will get the result or fruit of whatever you are seeking for. So he said, first do Agni Stotram, because Agni is the Purohita, right? And the entire Rigveda starts with Agni Vide. We pray Purohita Agni is the first shloka there. So first of all, do Agni Stotram. And then I'm giving you these two mantras. Keep chanting them. You will be protected. Even if though you are tied to that Vaishnava Yupa, where normally it is offered as Bali to all the devatas. But you will be protected, don't worry. Tvaraya Raja, so Shunashepe Grihitva Te, by taking those two mantras, by remembering them, by taking that Upadesha, Tvaraya Rajasimham tam Ambarisham uvacha. He quickly ran back because, you know, he thought he'll take a small break. Before Raja wakes up, he wanted to return back. So he ran back and told Ambarisha this. Rajasimha Mahasatva.
Rajasimha Mahasatva.
Shighram gacchavahe sadah.
Shighram gacchavahe sadah.
Nirvartayasva Rajendra.
Nirvartayasva Rajendra.
Diksham cha samupavisha.
Diksham cha samupavisha.
So now see how he is talking. Now he is talking very confidently because he got the mantras, he got the Upadesha from Vishwamitra, from his Matula, and with the protection of Anatha. So he is now fearless. So he went back to Ambarisha and saying, Rajasimha, oh Mahasattva, oh very powerful one. Shighram gacchavahe. Vahe, gacchamahe is Bahuvachanam. Gacchavahe is Dvivachanam. Shighram gacchavahe. Let us go quickly. To where? Sadaha. Sada is Yajnashala. Is Sada. So Sadaha gacchavahe. Nirvartayasva. Leave. Start, Rajendra, because you are driving the chariot. So start now. Nirvartayasva Rajendra. Dikshamcha samupavisha. Get back into your Diksha. You were in Diksha. You came out in search of the Pashu. Now get back to Diksha quickly. Don't waste time. Dikshamcha samupavisha. Because he is confident nothing will happen to him after the mantras and the Upadesha given by Vishwamitra. Tadvakyam Rishiputrasya.
Tadvakyam Rishiputrasya.
Shrutva harsha samutsukaha.
Shrutva harsha samutsukaha.
Jagama nrupati shighram.
Jagama nrupati shighram.
Yajnavatam atandritaha.
Yajnavatam atandritaha.
So, Rishiputrasya tadvakyam shrutva, by listening to Rishiputra Shunashepa's that suggestion, harsha samutsukaha, filled with a lot of delight. Oh, good, what? This fellow is now looking so delightful. He's no more scared or afraid. Because if he's scared, if he looks scared, then I also might feel a bit guilty. He's happy, so I'm happy now. So harsha samutsukaha, harsham samyak utsahate, it is harsha samutsukaha. Nrupatihi shighram yajnavatam atandritaha jagama. Very quickly, atandritaha. Atandritaha is alasyarahitaha, without any delay. Quickly, without any delay, he left for the Yajnavatam. Nrupatihi Yajnavatam Shighram Jagama. Sadasyanumate Raja.
Sadasyanumate Raja.
Pavitra Krutalakshanam.
Pavitra Krutalakshanam.
Pashum Raktambaram Krutva.
Pashum Raktambaram Krutva.
Yupetam Samabandhayat.
Rupetam Yupetam Samabandhayat.
So after reaching the Yajnavata, Sadasya Anumate. Sadasya Anumate means Sadasya Sammatau. Sadasyaha. So Sadaha, where did they go to? He went to Sadaha. People of that Sadas are called Sadasyaha. Sadasyaha is members. Parivara Sadasyaha. But typical original. So most of our terminology is all Vedic terminology, Yajna terminology. Adhyaksha, Adhvaryu, all these terms, Sabha itself, all of them are Vedic terminology, Yajna terminology. So Sadasyaha, today we say Sadasya means members, but Sadasya originally are participants of the Yajna, formal participants, official participants of a Yajna, or official designatories of Yajna. So Sadasya Sammatau Anumate means with the permission or with the approval of all Sadasyas, that hey, I could not find the original Pashu, but as prescribed by our Rishi, I brought back a substitute. He is son of Ruchika, the great Maharshi, and he voluntarily came. I didn't scare him or anything. I didn't terrorize him and bring him. So, are you all okay? Can we put him as, yes, they all have approved. So, Sadasya Anumate, Raja Pavitra Krita Lakshanam. So, with the Pavitras, we said, right, those Darbha, with that, the rope made with that. Pashum Raktambaram, by putting Rakta, red dress. So, red colorful, essentially, as we said, right? Rakta Malyanulepanam, Vishwamitra said. So, here Raktambaram. Raktambaram Pashum Kritva, Pavitra Kruta Lakshanam, Raktambaram Pashum Kritva. By making him in red colored dress, tied with those pavitras, Yupe in that stambha, tam sam abandhayat, samyak abandhayat. So they tied him properly, tightly, thoroughly to that stambha with the rope made out of pavitras. So that means Yajna Tantra is being told here. Sabadho Vagbhir Agriyabhihi.
Sabadho Vagnir Agriyabhihi.
Abhitushtāvavai surau.
Abhitushtāvatau surau.
Tau also can be another part. Maybe you are reading tau. Okay. Abhitushtāvatau surau or vai surau. Abhitushtāvavai surau. Indram.
Abhitushtāvavai surau.
Indram Indranujam chaiva.
Indram Indranujam chaiva.
Yathavan Muniputtrakaha.
Yadhavan Muniputrakaha.
So, Saha Baddhaha, one who is tied, is Baddhaha. So, because he is tied up, the one who is tied up is called Baddhaha. So, that Sunashepaha, who was tied to the Yupaha, as prescribed by or as instructed by Vishwamitra, Vakbhihi means by his stotras. Vakbhihi Agriyabhihi. In the very beginning, or Utkrishtabhihi means very in proper intonation with proper swaras, sthai, shruti, and bhava. With all of that properly is Agriya Bhava. Tritiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam Agriyabhihi Vagbhihi. Agriyabhihi Vagbhihi Surau Tau Surau is another patha. Those two suras, those two gods. Abhitushtava. He has pleased. He started to please and he has pleased. He started pleasing. How? Who are they? Indram, Indranujam. So, if we see how much Indra is Indra. Indra Anuja. We all know the story also, right? Yeah. Indra is the first child of Aditi. Then Upendra, Vishnu, whom what we call as Vishnu, is Upendra. He is this younger brother of Indra. So Indra, Indranuja. Rama, Ramanuja. Rama and Lakshmana. So Indra and Vasava. Indra or Vishnu. Or Indra, Upendra. Indram, Indranujam chaiva. Yathavat means as per all the prescribed stotras, as per all the prescribed formalities or procedures, he has abhitushtava, he has pleased them. Indra and Upendra. Tatah prita sahasraksho.
Tatah prita sahasraksho.
Rahasya stutitarpitaha.
Rahasya stutitarpitaha.
Dirghamayustada pradat.
Dirghamayustada pradat.
Shunashepaya Raghava.
Shunashepaya Raghava.
So now see so forget rest all part of the, or rest all details of the story. Whether how did he curse like that? Or what is this? How can you tie him like a pashu? Forget all of that. The main lesson to learn for us of these times is normally what happens if Indra takes away, then we all blame Indra. Indra takes away the Yajna Pashu normally. What should you do? You should go in search of it. What did Sagara do? He sent all his sons, 60,000 of them. They went, they all died there. Then his grandson Anshuman also goes there to find. Right? So that is all one kind of approach that we saw there. Karma approach there. Karma yoga approach. Now, in case of Ambarisha's thing, Vishwamitra gave the other bhakti marga. So what did he say here? Go find anybody, that's okay. But you will not be a victim. Shunashepa will not be a victim. The solution given here to him by Vishwamitra is Rahasya Tarpitaha, Rahasya Stuti Tarpitaha, Rahasya Stutihi. He gave him yet another new, secret, as in Rahasyam means unpublished or not popular, not widely popular. So he prescribed that good stotram for Agni, for Indra, for Indranuja, who is Upendra also, so that please them, then Indra will come and will be pleased and he will give the boons, required boons. Such a simple solution. So we should not be, even in case of a disruption, what is the alternative to solve is what we have to look for. That is the lesson to learn from Vishwamitra's prescription here. Not about his anger, about other things. He said, Shunashepa, you will be protected. How? I am giving you these stotras. Go chant these stotras. Gods will be pleased. And siddhim avapsyasi, he said. You will get this siddhi. And that's exactly what has happened now. Tataha, after this, with that stutis, that agriyabhihi vagbhihi avitushtava, right? So with that stutis, sahasrakshaha, we said again, sahasraksha doesn't mean 1,000 holes or anything. One who has infinite vision, which means he can see everything going on everywhere. Nothing is left unseen, unnoticed. That is that ultimate, supreme, divine characteristic, personality. Sahasrakshaha. Rahasya stuti tarpitaha. With this new rahasyam stuti that Shunashepa chanted, tarpitaha, pleased by that or satisfied by that, dirgham ayuhu tada pradat. He gave dirgham ayuhu, long life, chiranjiva. Dirgham ayuhu pradat is dadati, adadat, adadat, pradat. So he gave long life, he gave the blessing of long life to Shunashepaya, unto the Shunashepa, O Raghava. Shatananda is addressing Rama. So Raghava, dirgham ayuhu pradat. We are getting delayed. Two more shlokas only. Sacha Raja Narasreshtha.
Sacha Raja Narasreshtha.
Yajnasya cha samaptavan.
Yajnasya cha samaptavan.
Phalam bahugunam Rama.
Phalam bahugunam Rama.
Sahasraksha prasadajam.
Sahasraksha prasadajam.
So Saha Raja also, because Indra came directly and blessed them. So Saha Raja, Narasreshtha, Saha, and likewise Rama, Saha Raja cha, that Raja also, Yajnasya bahugunam phalam samyak aptavan, samaptavan. So see, samaptavan means he completed, normal meaning. Completed means what? Aptavan. Samaptavan means apti, prapti, he obtained. One who properly obtains the intended purpose of an action is only samapti. Samapti is not about time ending. So if it is a 2 hours job, you finish the job. No. If it is samapti, if there is samyak apti, it is, if you have completed samaptavan, only if you have properly obtained the intended results. Whatever were the sankalpita विषयाः तान् यदि आप्तवान् सम्यक् रीत्या तर्हि समाप्तवान्. So that's the beauty of the adjective here. Samaptavan here is an adjective here to say that he has obtained. What did he obtain? Bahugunam phalam. Multifold results he has got. Multifold fruits. Multifold results. Sahasraksha prasadajam. Visaja means born out of. Prasadaja means born out of the prasada. Of who? Sahasraksha. So results that were given by the pleased Sahasraksha Indra, with that he became an obtainee. Means he obtained the results. That means he completed the yajna. Vishwamitropi dharmatma.
Vishwamitra
Dharmatma.
Bhuyastepe mahatapaha.
Bhuyastepe mahatapa.
Pushkareshu narasreshta.
Puskareshu narashreshta.
Dashavarsha shatani cha.
Dasavarsha shatanacha.
So finally, Vishwamitra also, he was happy. Good. At last I could keep up my word. Even though my sons didn't care or they didn't believe in me. Okay. Finally, everything came to Shubham. Everything came to a good conclusion. But poor Vishwamitra, right? He's a good person. Right? And that's why I always say Vishwamitra is a pracharak. He is living for others. He wants to do tapas for himself, but every time he is not able to reject or deny help seekers, keeping his priority on the top. No, he's not selfish. He's living for others only. And so that is the greatness that Shatananda is telling of Vishwamitra. What to learn of Vishwamitra is not that he's a kopi or whatever these things. No. That in spite of that so much of a burning desire, a selfish desire, he never denied giving protection, giving help to others to whatever extent it takes, like that of Trishanku Swarga creation or protection of this Shunashepa by giving him all this mantras. Every time, any time, he is there for helping others. That is the lesson we should learn from Vishwamitra. That is the quality we should learn from Vishwamitra. We might have our jobs to do. Oh, I have a release to complete. Oh, I have, whatever, my daughters or my sons, this program. Doesn't matter. When we have taken up our Sangha Karya, we will complete that. That is our priority. We live for Sangha. Pare, what is it? We have Pareshartham. What is that? Subhashitam also. Parahita, Paraya, Vrikshaha, Phalanti. Does anyone remember any Subhashitam?
Paropakaraya.
Paropakararthamitam shariram. With that aim we should be living, not for selfish reasons. For selfish reason, only animals live. But if we have to elevate to Rishi, and if we have to prove ourselves to be Rishi Santatihi, that we belong to that lineage of Rishis of Bharat Desha, then we should be living for others always. And that is what most of us are doing now. Even today in Ukraine, who are the actual service organizations there? If you see, it is only Indian service organizations, majority of them. No, there is no other service. Is there Rotary Club there? Is there Lions Club there? Is there, whatever other? No. Majority of the service is being offered by us. Service Seva International, BAPS, Art of Living, Isha. It's only these organizations. Our Indian organizations are doing the service there. So that is our quality. Paropakarartham. We live for others by even lowering our individual priorities down. That is the lesson to learn from each and every of these stories of Vishwamitra. That is why Shatananda is praising Rama. You are such a great soul that you are trained by Vishwamitra. And you do not know how great that Vishwamitra is. And I'm telling you in this detail, in so many sargas, Valmiki is in an elaborated, detailed manner, anecdote after anecdote after anecdote. He is telling Vishwamitra's story. And no glorification. It's not black and white. All gray shades are shown of Vishwamitra, of everybody, right? So, yeah, we should also learn. There is no black and white. Oh, this is punyam, this is papam. This is good, this is bad. No. There is a lot of context involved. Sukshmam, dharmam, sukshmam, we say. Sukshmam means subtle. It is not, oh, if you do this, you are right. If you do this, you are wrong. No, it is not 10 commandments. It is not like that. It is very, very, very subtle. It is very interpretative, subjective, context sensitive. Context sensitive. It is context sensitive interpretation that is required of dharma. And how can we make proper such application of dharma? Only if we study so much of use cases. See, even in courts, how does a court make a decision? By seeing several previous cases, by studying several previous cases which form as precedents, then they make the decision. Likewise, if we also have to be able to apply dharma properly for a situation, we should have studied so many such histories, so many such stories, so many such previous incidents of how did in such situations different people who are considered great have acted, and we take them as precedents and follow that.
So if you see Bogaji in our kathas also, like either Satyanarayana Swami Katha or other kathas, the person who is interested will ask, did anybody had these issues in the past? How did they overcome this? Can you please tell me the stories of those great person, right? If you see Sanaka Sanadi Munis, they ask, and then God tells the story. Who did this vrata?
Correct. Super. Perfect example, Raghunandana. Perfect example. Yeah. Because always, even Suta Mahamuni also, when he says, he doesn't start with saying, I am telling you this story. No, as told by Narayana, as told by others. Even when Narayana tells the story himself, he says, as told in the past by other great rishis. We always, for us, yadyad acharati sreshtaha tattadeva itaraha janaha. That's our golden line. Whatever great people have acted before, we follow that. We take that as precedence and apply that dharma for the current situation and make the decision accordingly. That is what we have to learn. I'm just trying to emphasize this much only today, because if you listen like an ordinary non-dharmika shrota, then you will only find faults with these details of the story. Don't get into those details of the story. Learn the lesson, learn the saram. Let us become swans. Hamsaha. Hamsoham we say. Why do we say hamsoham? Because Hamsa takes milk, leaves the rest impurities of water, etc. out. So don't worry about the details. Take the Sara. The Sara is that in spite of so many disruptions, what are these disruptions? Help for others. Others are in trouble, then that's a disruption to my tapas. No problem. I take the disruption, I go out, help others. Seva hi paramo dharma, sarval, laval, all these great practices that we all follow is originally coming from all this Ramayana and all. So Vishwamitropi dharmatma bhuyaha mahatapaha tepe. So he also mahatapas, he performed mahatapaha Vishwamitra bhuyaha bhuyo namamyam, again and again. So poor Vishwamitra, after this second interruption, he again went back to do his tapas, where Pushkareshu, he continued there only. He didn't leave that place this time. Narasreshtha Dasavarsha Shatanicha, tens of 100 years. That means another 1,000 years of hundreds of years. He has continued his tapas there again. Ityarshe
Ityarche
Srimad Ramayane
Srimad Ramayane
Valmikiye
Valmikiye
Adikavye
Adikavye
Balakande
Balakande
Vishashtitamas Sargah.
Vishashtitamah Sargah.
Can anybody tell Mangal Shloka? So Prabhaji, Kausalya, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Namaskarbhyah.
Namo Namah.